Hey everyone, Alan here. I'm doing this go live every day in August. So every day in August, I want to get on, go live, I give a few tips and such. And tonight, since I have to go teach here pretty quick, my Hapkido class, it's going to be a short one just to get started since it's August 1st, got to go live. And I'll be doing them every day for the month. So one of the things I want you to do, if you see these, is put some comments in about topics you maybe want me to answer the next day if I don't answer you today. It's going to be tough to answer all of them every day. So I want you to make sure you comment, and I'll get them to you the next day, since I'll be doing a tip every day. And today's tip, again, short because I got to go teach, I wanted to talk about movement. Movement saves lives. That's the reason MOVE is large and in the middle of the active shooter triangle. I put it there because it's a reminder that when something happens, when you hear a shot, somebody busts in with a gun, bursts in with a knife, you have an active threat, you need to move. You have to do something. What you do will depend on the circumstances, your strengths and weaknesses, and where you're at. You're going to escape the area to somewhere safe. You're going to deny access from the killer or the threat to you, or you're going to attack back and take them out with whatever you have available. You can't stand there freezing. And that's, fight, flight, freeze. We can't freeze. Fight is good. Flight is good. Denying access is good. Freezing, not. And that's why movement saves lives. So that's just a really big thing that I have to emphasize over and over. You have to do something. And so then why do people freeze? A lot of reasons, but one of them, they don't have a plan. They haven't thought about or practiced what they would do in such a situation. And that leads to freezing. So one of the important things about doing active shooter courses like the one that I teach is it provides information to devise your own plan so you will know what to do. And then you visualize what that plan is, you practice that plan, and if you're lucky, you have a chance to practice that plan under stress with some live scenario training, and doing that will ensure that you won't be frozen like a deer in the headlights, and you'll be able to do something. So I see some different people joining. Hey, Kevin, Lana, Chuck, some different people. Really appreciate that. But, tonight's really tip in this live every day in August is you have to move, you have to do something. And that's what the benefit of training, that's what the benefit of having a plan, that's what the benefit of visualizing what you would do. All of those things help us act immediately when we have to. We don't freeze, we act immediately. We do what we've trained to do. And so I can't emphasize that enough of why it's so important. I don't really see many questions. I just see some different people joining. So, hey, Steve, just saw you join. If you have questions, I'll try to get to them tonight. If I don't get to them tonight, leave the question and I'll answer them tomorrow, because I'm going to do this every day for the whole month. Not always at the same time. And sometimes I might have a long session tonight. It's going to be short because it's getting pretty soon. I got to head to the gym and teach Hapkido. Lana says freezing is not an option. You're right. It's not an option when life or death is on the line. Unfortunately, when life and death are on the line, people freeze and die. And when I talk about having a plan, it doesn't necessarily have to be an elaborate plan. Simple plans are better. Lana just says training, right? Yes, training is. And so, hey, Kathy, Andy, good to see you guys here. I often talk about, aircraft disasters and how that simple plan of knowing where the exits are and getting up and going toward the nearest exit saves lives. I forget the exact numbers right now, but it was something, there were over 100 people on the aircraft, one that I've read about and studied, and 4 or 5 of them made it out and survived. Those 4 or 5 paid attention to the flight attendants, and they looked around, they saw where the nearest exit. When the disaster happened, they went out that exit. Everyone else was going toward the front exit, and they perished. Almost 100 people died, and only a handful got out because they paid attention and they had that plan. Kevin says, what types of movement? In an active threat, Kevin, it's going to be escape to safety. That might be running. It might be diving behind cover, which is different than concealment. Cover stops bullets. Concealment doesn't. It might be escaping out a window. So one kind of movement is getting you out of the danger zone and escaping. Another kind of movement is denying access. That diving behind cover is denying that killer access to you. Shutting the door that was already locked, barricading it, using different devices to keep that door shut where the killer can't get in. That's denying access. That's a type of movement. Attacking back. Whether that's tackling the guy, whether if you're armed, it's drawing a weapon and attacking back with the weapon, whether it's grabbing the fire extinguisher and spraying him and then smashing him in the head with the canister. Whatever you do, it has to stop that threat. So those are the movements that I'm talking about in an active threat, active shooter, active killer situation. Escaping, denying access, attacking back. Good to see a couple other people. Jimmy, LS, I'll butcher your name, but good to see you, LS, and Jimmy. Again, I'm about to head to Hapkido class, so I'm going to end this here real quick. If you have questions about anything, safety, security, active threats, active shooters, that you want me to address this month, I'm going to be going live every month. A lot of times I'm going to be talking about safety, security, self-defense, active shooters. Sometimes I might be talking about something different. But I will be going live every day, all month, different times, different lengths. So good to see you then. Kathy, good topic. You just made me do. All right, thanks, Kathy. Hey, Kim, Lana, I'm going to say goodbye now. Listen to this. It'll be live on Facebook. It'll be live on YouTube, on my websites. Ask questions for the rest of the programs for the rest of the month. See you tomorrow. Not sure what time yet, but I will see you tomorrow. So, Kevin says, what's the name of your website, Active Shooter? SurviveAShooting.com. Lots of great information there, including 50 questions to help you assess if you're prepared or not. Again, I'm off to Hapkido. We'll catch you later.